Hello, this is FASTECH. Prior to the detailed product description, let me briefly introduce the FASTECH Ethernet product line and Ethernet total solution. Before that, let me briefly introduce the FASTECH Ethernet product line. Here is a brand called EZ-Servo. EZ-Servo is a closed-loop stepping system product line. And there is a brand called EZ-Step. EZ-Step is an open-loop micro-stepping system product line. And there is a brand called EZ-Motion Link. EZ-Motion Link is a one-axis motion controller for AC servo drive. Lastly, the brand EZ-IO is a digital I/O module. So, FASTECH Ethernet product line has the EZ-Servo brand of the closed-loop stepping system, the EZ-Step brand of the open-loop micro-stepping system, the EZ-Motion Link brand of the one-axis motion controller for AC servo drive, and the EZ-IO brand of the digital I/O module. Let's take a look at each product brand one by one. First, EZ-Servo brand. EZ-Servo brand has three products, including EZ-Servo 2 Plus E, a standard type of closed-loop stepping system, EZ-Servo 2 Plus E Mini, a mini drive type, and EZ-Servo 2 Plus E All, an all-in-one type that combines a motor, a high-resolution encoder, a drive and motion controller and Ethernet network. Next, EZ-Step brand. EZ-Step brand has two products, including EZ-Step 2 Plus E, a standard type of open-loop micro-stepping system, and EZ-Step 2 Plus E Mini, a mini drive type. Next, EZ-Motion Link brand. EZ-Motion Link brand has one product called EZ-Motion Link Plus E, a one-axis motion controller that can be directly connected to various AC servos such as Yaskawa and Mitsubishi. Finally, EZ-IO brand. EZ-IO brand has one product called EZ-IO Plus E, which is digital I/O module. So, FASTECH has a total of 7 Ethernet products. Since there are various types of products, we can provide a total solution that enables stepping motor, AC servo, and I/O module to be controlled through the standard Ethernet port of a PC without a separate motion controller. This is the meaning of total solutions. Until now, I briefly introduced the meaning of the total solution and FASTECH's Ethernet products. Among 7 types of products, I'd like to introduce the all-in-one type of closed-loop stepping system, EZ-Servo 2 Plus E All. Next, prior to the introduction of EZ-Servo 2 Plus E All, I would like to explain the FASTECH's Ethernet products with the example of Korean market situation. When a customer configures the machine, PC or PLC is used in various ways as the main master. In the Korean market, this main master is an industrial PC usually. Almost 70 to 80% of machine builders compose their machine based on PC. The main reason is that the software development environment is flexible when controlling machines. That is, accessibility is good. In more detail, since customers can easily configure machine programs in a Windows-based programming environment by directly connecting to a Windows-based PC, most customers in the Korean market prefer and use FASTECH's Ethernet products a lot. In addition, the most widespread software development environment in the world is PC, and Windows-based C++, C, C#, Visual Basic, LabVIEW, etc. can be used commonly. Thus, it has good versatility. Therefore, FASTECH Ethernet products provide a PI for these programming languages, making them ideal for various customers' software development environments. Like this, when configuring the machine, FASTECH Ethernet products are used as a suitable solution in the Korean market. That accessibility and versatility are important. Now, using an actual machine as an example, I would like to introduce the concept of Ethernet product development. This machine aligns the lens and sensor of the camera module used in the smartphone. As you can see in the photo on the left, the customer applied 10-axis of Easy Servo 2 plus E, which is a standard type of closed-loop stepping system, and 5-axis of AC servo. When setting the machine, there is a case that the machine requires AC servo motor, stepping motor, I/O module at the same time. In the case of this 10-axis Easy Servo, the customer can directly connect to a PC through the Ethernet port and control it using the Windows-based API provided by FASTECH. But, a separate motion board is required to control the 5-axis AC servo. The customer needs to configure 2 different software development environments to control Easy Servo and AC servo. This is cumbersome from the customer's point of view, and costs are increased by a separate motion board to control the 5-axis AC servo. In addition, long and thick bundles of wires connected from the AC servo to the motion board are required, and it makes the wiring complicated. In the next chapter, I will explain the details with diagrams. As previously explained briefly, conventionally, a separate motion board was required to control the 5-axis of the AC servo, and wiring was complicated because many bundles of long wires had to be connected to the motion board through the servo interface cable of the AC servo drive. This inconvenience can be solved by using our product, EZ Motion Link Plus E. EZ Motion Link Plus E is an Ethernet Type 1-axis motion controller that can be used by plugging it into the interface connector of the AC servo drive. As you can see, for example, there is a Panasonic AC servo drive. EZ Motion Link can be directly attached to the servo interface connector of this Panasonic's AC servo drive. The servo interface connector of Panasonic AC servo drive is 3M50-pin connector, and most major AC servo drives also use this 3M50-pin connector. Since FASTECH's EZ Motion Link also uses this 3M50-pin connector, it is compatible with most major AC servo drives. However, the pin map may be different for each AC servo drive. For example, if the servo on signal of Yaskawa AC servo is number 5, Mitsubishi is assigned to number 7, but the function of the interface is the same. With this, you can remove the complicated wiring bundle from the AC servo to the motion board. By using EZ Motion Link, a 1-axis motion controller, the customer can use 5-axis AC servo with only an Ethernet communication cable without a separate motion board. You can control these with the API that FASTECH provides. Also, I mentioned that 2 different software environments were required to control 10-axis of Easy Servo and 5-axis of AC servo. But, if the customer uses EZ Motion Link, 5-axis AC servo can be used in the same Ethernet network and software environment using the API of Easy Servo. In other words, a total of 15 axes can be operated with one program. I will show you a practical application example. This example applied the total solution concept that stepping motor, AC servo motor, and digital I/O module can be controlled with one Ethernet port, without a separate motion controller. FASTECH's EZ Servo 2 plus E, which is stepping motor, EZ I/O plus E, which is digital I/O module, and AC servo are applied to this machine. As you can see, EZ Motion Link, which is a 1-axis motion controller for AC servo drive, is directly connected to a total of 8 axes of AC servos. EZ motion links are connected by daisy chain using Ethernet ports, and there are also connected with EZ Servo 2 plus E and EZ-IO plus E of FASTECH by daisy chain through Ethernet communication. With simple wiring, AC servo and EZ servo can be driven by one Ethernet network at the same time. At this machine, I/O module is also connected. In the case of a small machine like this, if you use EZ motion link, you can control AC servo, stepping motor, I/O module with FASTECH's API. You don't need a separate motion board for AC servo. Just control with one Ethernet network. Therefore, it is possible to save costs by removing unnecessary motion boards and reducing wiring. To summarize the product concept, it is as follows. Since FASTECH basically provides Windows-based API for Ethernet products, customers can select development languages like C++, C, C#, Visual Basic, LabVIEW, etc. for programming. In addition to the API, GUI software is also provided and can be downloaded for free from the FASTECH web page. As mentioned earlier, FASTECH provides GUI software, EZ Motion plus E, an API for Windows free of charge. First of all, the GUI software can be downloaded for free from the website. If you access the following address and place the mouse pointer on the Download tab of the home page, the item called Quick Download appears. Click on the item to display the product list. You can download the GUI software by clicking the Program button of the EZ Servo 2 plus E All product among the products in the list. You can also download the same software by clicking the Program button for other Ethernet products. And in the path where EZ Motion plus E, FASTECH's Ethernet GUI, is installed, you can check the C#, C++, and LabVIEW example files in the example folder. And, you can check the API in the include folder. For reference, 32-bit API of C# is in include folder, 64-bit API of C# is in include _x64 folder, and 32-bit API of C++ is in include _x86 _cpp folder, and 64-bit API of C++ is in include _x64 _cpp folder. In summary, in the case of a single application, especially a small device, FASTECH's Ethernet products have a built-in motion controller, so a motion board is unnecessary as described before. Using a standard Ethernet network, you can configure and control the entire machine through one Ethernet network, including stepping motors, servo motors, and digital I/O modules. This is the meaning of the total solution we aim for. With the demonstration video, I will show you that stepping motor and AC servo I/O module are controlled by one Ethernet network as in the previous application example. There are 28 axes of FASTECH Ethernet products, which is an Ethernet standard type product of closed-loop stepping system, and 4 axes of AC servo. Total 32 axes of stepping motor and AC servo, and I/O module were controlled by one Ethernet network. The products used in this demonstration are as follows. By applying EZ motion link to AC servo such as Mitsubishi, Panasonic, Yaskawa, and Sanyo, a total 32 axes including EZ Servo 2 plus E and AC servo were controlled at the same time. As you can see, AC servo and EZ servo are controlled by one network and program. There is no need for a separate motion board and can be operated simply with a PC. Until now, I've introduced FASTECH's Ethernet total solution. From next, I will introduce Easy Servo 2 plus E-All. First of all, I will explain the combination model name of Easy Servo 2 plus E-All product. In the example model name, PE means Embedded Controller with Ethernet Network, and ALL means an all-in-one product that combines a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive, motion controller and Ethernet network. 56 means 56 mm motor flange size, and L means motor length. 8 means a product with 10,000 ppr encoder applied. BK means that a brake is attached to the motor, and PN05 means that a planetary gearbox is attached to the motor. You can select the motor from a NEMA 17, 42 mm size motor to a NEMA 34, 86 mm size motor. Motor length is the length of the motor body excluding the motor shaft, and you can select small, medium, large, and extra large length. The length you can select depends on the motor size. The encoder resolution can also be selected as shown in the table. R means RJ45 connector type. There are two types of connectors, M connector and RJ45 connector. Gearbox and brake specifications are also available. Gearboxes are planetary gearboxes, and gear ratio can be selected as shown in the table. The brake is a non-excitation type that activates when the power goes off. For example, you can use it to prevent the Z-axis load from falling. Please refer to the catalog for details. Next, let's check the features of Easy Servo 2 plus E-All products. Easy Servo 2 plus E-All is Ethernet-based closed-loop stepping system product. Easy Servo 2 plus E-All is an all-in-one product that combines a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive, motion controller and Ethernet network. Since the drive is attached to the motor, there is no need to wire the motor and encoder cable, and there is no need for a separate control box for installing the drive. Saving space and reduced wiring can result in cost reduction. Actual examples will be explained later. As explained before, Windows-based API and GUI are provided for PC users. You can run multiple applications at the same time. With this, it is possible to monitor parameter values, I/O status, position values, speed values, etc. using our GUI program even when the customer's machine program is running. For example, you can check whether the limit sensor works properly during machine setting by running our GUI at the same time. If a problem occurs in the customer's machine program, it can be monitored by our GUI program, so it can also be used for debugging. Also, built-in 2-port switching hub allows up to 254 axes to be connected. Compared to the RS485 communication-type product, Easy Servo All, which was limited to 16 axes even at maximum, Easy Servo 2 plus E-All has 10 times faster communication response time, so you can see that the number of connectable axes has increased. Also, a high-resolution encoder is attached to enable precise position control. It depends on the motor size, but up to 20,000 ppr resolution encoders can be used. Due to the characteristic of the stepping motor, it does not require a separate gain tuning, which can reduce maintenance effort. For example, you can just power on the motor and operate it without gain tuning. Since the holding torque is large, there is no vibration after stopping compared to the servo. In general, when controlling a stepping motor, motor heat is a problem because the maximum current flows regardless of the load, but since Easy Servo controls the current according to the load like a servo, it can relatively suppress heat generation compared to the conventional stepping motors. We have looked at the features of Easy Servo 2 plus E-All until now. Now I will show you the video of a demonstration with Easy Servo 2 plus E all product applied. This demonstration shows the high-speed short-pitch motion by crossing the plate and the bar with two axes of Easy Servo 2 plus E all. A bar is attached to the rotating motor shaft, and the other motor moves forward and backward to cross the small grooved plate and bar. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. You can see the bar and plate engage without collision while the two motors are running in high-speed short-pitch motion. Because Easy Servo 2 plus E all is a closed-loop stepping system product, accurate position control is possible with a high-resolution encoder, up to 20,000 ppr, and it is optimal for high-speed, short-pitch motion because of the characteristic of a stepping motor without hunting after stopping. And, Easy Servo 2 plus E all is an all-in-one product that combines a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive, motion controller and Ethernet network. So, there is no need to wire the motor and encoder cable. This product needs only power and Ethernet communication cable. And there is no need for a separate control box for installing the drive. Thus, you can reduce wiring and save space. The next demonstration consists of 3 axes of Easy Servo 2 plus E all to control the Delta robot from Aegis, Germany. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. As mentioned before, Easy Servo 2 plus E all is an all-in-one product that combines a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive, motion controller and Ethernet network. And it supports 2 types of connectors, M connector and RJ45 connector. The resolution of the encoder applied to this demonstration is 10,000 ppr, and you can select the resolution up to 20,000 ppr. Since it is an all-in-one type product that combines a motor, a high-resolution encoder, a drive, a motion controller and Ethernet network, it does not require a separate space for the drive, which saves space. In addition, there is no need for a motor cable or an encoder cable, which saves wiring. The Delta robot of Aegis has a short pitch motion due to its belt pulley structure. It is the characteristic of the stepping motor that generates the maximum force when stopped, so you can control the Delta robot without a gearbox. Thus, you can directly install the robot to the motor shaft. If you look at the actual motion of the motor, it is operated under the short pitch motion to move the Delta robot, due to the Delta robot's mechanical structure. A stepping motor is optimal for such short pitch motion. In addition, by directly connecting Easy Servo 2 plus E all to a PC through Ethernet port, it is possible to simply control it with the API provided by FASTECH. Lastly, to explain space savings, wiring savings, and cost reduction, I will show you a 7-axis robot as an example. In general, to operate 7 motors installed to a robot, 7 motor cables, 7 encoder cabled are needed. There were a lot of wires because a total of 14 cables had to be connected to the drive installed in the control box. In addition, a separate control box for the drive was required, taking up space. If it is replaced with the Easy Servo 2 plus E all, a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive, motion controller and Ethernet network all in one product and mini drive Easy Servo 2 plus E mini. As a result, space saving and less wiring are possible. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. There is no need to wire a motor and encoder because an Easy Servo 2 plus E all, an all-in-one product that combines a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive, motion controller and Ethernet network, is applied to 5 out of 7 axes. In addition, Easy Servo 2 Plus E Mini is applied to 2 of the 7 axes, for the hollow axis and the gripper axis. Because the mini drive is small and lightweight, it can be installed directly on the robot body. In other words, because the distance between the motor and the drive is very close, the motor and the encoder wires would be very short, too. Therefore, when using the all-in-one product Easy Servo 2 Plus E All and the mini drive Easy Servo 2 Plus E Mini, there is no need for a separate control box. The actual wiring is only one Ethernet communication line from the PC and a 24-volt power line. In conclusion, since the cable wiring is reduced, there is a great effect of reducing the cost and preventing malfunction due to wiring. For reference, recently, the size of smartphone-related equipment is small and there are many motors. So wiring and space are becoming more important. Until now, I've introduced Easy Servo 2 Plus E All,